Hi everybody, at Marc Frederic here, Le Charcuterie Anglais, in my allotment, and I just had a message from a lady called Cun Apple, and here I am under my apple tree. Cun Apple, Cun is the polite term for a person in Thailand, male or female. You would call them Cun, and they're all born with nicknames. And I don't know this lady's real name, but her nickname, and they're given nicknames from birth. Her name is Apple, and I know many Cun Apples as it happens. When I lived and worked, taught butchery and charcuterie in Thailand, and I was there for about 5 years. So yeah, so here I am under my apple tree. So, and she's got a dead simple question, and she's asking me, how do I make my pork and apple sausages? Do I have any tips? And now I've got that, I'm not going to eat it. And yes, I have. But you can prepare your apples in advance during the apple season if you're lucky enough to have apple trees, and actually dry your apples. Put them into thick slices, and then cube them. If you've got one of those little I don't know what you call them, little kitchen apparatus, so it's a bit like making chips. So you've got like a square blade section and they're in little squares, and you put your slice on top of there and press the lever down, and out comes your little cubes underneath. You do it for vegetables, like a vegetable cutter but I just don't know what the correct terminology is. But it's a bit like a chipper when you're chipping potatoes, but just for small cubes. So you cut your apples, thick slices, then through your vegetable cutter, and they usually come with different sets of blades, small squares, cubes, larger cubes. I usually go for the larger ones, put them in my dehydrator. Before I do actually, what I do, I put them into a bucket of brine. Because as you know, lemon juice, if you put lemon juice over your apples, it stops them going brown. Well, so does a brine, all right? So save on the expense of buying lemons and squeezing all the juice out. Just make a brine up, salt and water. Anyway, soak your apples in the brine, and once you've got them all prepped and everything else, it's then take them out and then put them in your dehydrator, so they should help to keep the colour. Dehydrate them, and then you've got them in storage then for when you need them. So when it comes to make your pork and apple sausages, a couple of tips I can offer is you add sweet apple, so some form of apple puree, and very often you can buy applesauce, sweetened applesauce, or make your own, it'd be better. And you could freeze it or can it, and so you've got a sweetened puree, and then mix that in with your mix. And when you're adding your salt, which is normally about 16 grams per kilo of pork meat when you're making sausages, that's just a ballpark figure, change it for celery salt, okay? Because celery helps to bring out the flavour of apple. Not many people know that, but there we are. So if you've got celery salt, do that. I should imagine it's difficult to buy in Thailand, celery salt, so you could make your own. Just get some kilner jars, normal salt, sea salt's best, and there's a lot of good sea salt around Thailand, isn't there? Particularly south of Bangkok, where the estuary comes in. I'm trying to think of the area, but anyway, I know there's a big fish market down there, but anyway, down that way there's famous salt pans, and you can get that sea salt there, natural sea salt, put it in kilner jars and put in stalks of celery, and over time the celery will impart into the salt, so you've got celery salt. Anyway, use celery salt instead of just the salt ingredient when you're making your sausage mix, and that will help to bring out the flavour of apple. You need sweetened apple, okay, in the form of a sauce, apple sauce, and then right at the very end, the apple pieces, the little cubes that you dehydrated and kept in storage, take a handful of those and by eye, you know, just throw them in and get a visual what you wish, what content you wish to see in your apples, and then fill your casings. And when the sausages are finished, you can actually see these pieces of apple cubes in the sausage, and they look terrific. And of course, when you eventually cook and bite into the sausage, the sweetness from the apple sauce against the pork is divine. And it's not just you know, it's more 3D, if you like. The tasting experience is a bit hard to explain, but you get the right one. And for me, that's the best pork and apple sausage you could make. You can use sweetened apples, bitter apples, you know, cooking apples, that type of thing. It's entirely up to you. I would probably use cooking apples, I should think. You know, for dehydrating, and yeah, and that's what I do. You can, if you wish, add cider, but of course alcohol in Thailand can be a funny thing, and it's forbidden on certain days and religious days and all that type of thing, and certain hours of the day. I'm aware of all the complications behind alcohol in your country. Plus, particularly if you're using cider, and the taxes are enormous. But so maybe you could revert to apple juice. So if you need water to add to your mix, if you put it in a binder, a rice binder, then maybe add some apple juice. Again, think about the sweet and stuff, and then just mix and match. But whilst you're experimenting, before you go too mad, just make little pâtés. Get them in your frying pan, in your skillets, cook them up, taste them, make sure you get the right taste, and once you're happy with that, you know where you're going, and then just jot down what you've done, complete your menu, you know, your list, your recipe rather, and then save it for the next time. You know where you're going. So there you are. Those are my tips on pork and apple sausages, and now you're giving me an excuse to to have my apple to keep the doctor away, and I'll leave you until the next time. Thanks for your question, by the way, Kun Apple, and I'm glad it's coming all the way from Thailand. And until the next time, like and share, drop down there, buy me a coffee. Remember, buy me a coffee, and I'll see you soon. Toodaloo.